The pirate leader sneered, his tusks twitching in frustration. "You're just a diplomat," he stammered. I cracked my knuckles, stepping forward. "I'm human." The Gathi ambassador tilted his head, golden eyes narrowing. That distinction is becoming clearer by the second. The pirate leader let out a desperate roar and lunged. I sighed, sidestepped his punch, and slammed my palm into his chest. He staggered back, gasping, and I swept his legs out from under him. He crashed onto the chamber floor with a heavy thud. Before he could recover, I pressed my foot against his chest, pinning him down. "Surrender," I said casually, "or I let the Gathi eat you." The ambassador's ears perked up. "I do not eat sentient creatures." "Shoo," I whispered, trying to sound menacing. The pirate leader's tusks twitched. He glanced at the Gathi, then at me, then back again, clearly calculating his odds. Finally, he wheezed. "Fine. We surrender." A moment later, the wail of sirens faded as security forces stormed into the council chamber, weapons drawn. The commanding officer, a rigid-looking soldier, scanned the room. Pirates groaning, diplomats in shock. Me, standing on top of the subdued leader. The officer blinked. "Do we even need to be here?" I grinned. "Nope, but thanks for stopping by." The guard sighed, hauling the pirates to their feet. Slowly, order returned to the chamber. The mech ambassador, his feathery form still trembling, clutched his perch. I have never seen such chaos. And yet, he fluffed his feathers, I feel oddly safe. The Ari flicked his tongue. Perhaps we should reconsider our stance on humanity. I leaned back in my chair, lacing my fingers behind my head. Now you're getting it. The Gathi ambassador studied me for a long moment. You didn't need to fight. You could have let the guards handle it. Probably, I admitted with a shrug. But where's the fun in that? The Kruth exhaled, rubbing his temples. This is madness. The Akari's gaze sharpened. No, this is humanity. The tension in the chamber slowly ebbed, though some alien diplomats still looked unsettled. I leaned back, letting the weight of what had just happened sink in. I had won them over, not with diplomacy, but by being myself. The Gathi ambassador caught my eye, his golden gaze reflecting the dim chamber light. His once proud mane, typically arched like a lion's, now seemed less certain. His stern demeanor had softened, and for a moment, I saw something else, acknowledgement, maybe even respect. He stepped forward, his massive frame casting a long shadow over the table. You speak of your world's dangers as if they are trivial, but you do not seem afraid of them. Why? I smiled, stretching my arms. Because that's what we do. We're not just survivors. We're innovators. We take what's meant to destroy us and find a way to use it. We adapt, fight back, or just wrestle it into submission. That's the human way. The Gathi's tail twitched in intrigue, though his voice remained firm. You think all humans are like this? That we should see your kind as more than just chaos incarnate? I shrugged. Some of us are more peaceful, I guess. But when push comes to shove, we make the impossible work in our favor. It's a gift. You're right to be wary of us. The Kruth, who had been silently observing with his forearms crossed, grunted. Wary and fascinated, his deep voice echoed through the chamber. You humans are unlike anything we've encountered. Unpredictable, yet undeniably powerful. The Ari diplomat flicked his tongue thoughtfully, his reptilian eyes narrowing. It's not just unpredictability. It's boldness. You do not merely survive your planet's dangers. You thrive in them. I nodded. Exactly. We don't just avoid the monsters on our world. We challenge them, learn from them, and sometimes we win. Earth's monsters never stood a chance. The mech ambassador, who had been visibly anxious throughout the meeting, shifted nervously. This is beyond our understanding. On our worlds, we fear the unknown. We hide from it. But humans... He looked around at the council. You don't just walk into the unknown. You make it your home. The chamber fell silent. Every species here had their own relationship with danger, but nothing like humanity's. They had seen bravery before, but our ability to turn the unknown into an opportunity, an asset, was something entirely new to them. The Gathi spoke again, his voice more contemplative now. Perhaps this is why your species has endured. Not just because of your strength, but your ability to find strength in the most unlikely of places. I grinned. It's what we do best. Whether it's battling predators, overcoming challenges, or turning enemies into allies. We figure it out. Always. A shift passed through the room. The mech, the Ari, even the Kruth. Something clicked. It wasn't just about the fight. It was about how we fought. Humanity didn't just survive the impossible. We thrived in it. The Gathi took a deep breath. You are not like any species we've encountered. Perhaps we misjudged you. The Akari nodded. This is no longer about curiosity, human. It is about understanding what you bring to the table. We need you. The galaxy needs you. I could feel the weight of those words settle in the air like a turning tide. For the first time, humanity wasn't just another species trying to fit in. We were an essential player on the galactic stage. Our resilience, our audacity, had earned us a place among them, not as mere pawns, but as a force to be reckoned with. I stood, stepping around the table until I was face to face with the Gathi ambassador. If you need me, I'm happy to help. But let's get one thing clear. You're going to have to get used to the chaos. We don't do things the easy way. Never have. The Gathi chuckled, a rare and unusual sound. And we would not have it any other way. The chamber fell into a thoughtful silence, broken only by the hum of distant machinery and the occasional shuffle of diplomats. The Ari flicked his tongue one last time in agreement. The Kruth uncrossed his arms. We underestimated you, human, he admitted, offering a slight bow of respect. But now we see the value in your kind. You are necessary. I grinned, feeling the weight of the moment settle in. Looks like Earth made a bigger impression than we thought. And with that, the Galactic Council, once skeptical, now in awe, finally saw humanity for what we truly were. Not a curiosity, not an outlier, but a force. A species that could not be underestimated, could not be controlled, but could be understood and respected. This was a turning point, a new chapter for Earth. And I had a feeling this was only the beginning.